What's going on, everybody? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's show, we're going to be talking about some Knicks trade rumors and guys that they could target if they do want to make a trade. Fansided, they listed 3 names. We'll touch on all of them. I'll give you my take on their thoughts on these 3 trade targets, but let's get it started with Jordan Clarkson. That was the number 1 trade target Fansided mentioned when they did their write-up just yesterday, and on the broad surface of things, I didn't hate it because I liked what Jordan Clarkson did for the Utah Jazz this past year, and the year before he was good as well. This year, he averaged 16 points per game in only 27 minutes. Not really a playmaker, not a guy you're going to count on to get you double-digit assists, just 2.5 assists. But he's not that efficient of a player either. And I mean, the facts and the stats back that up. 41.9% from 3 or from the field and 31% from beyond the arc. I like Jordan Clarkson best in a role where he comes off the bench and he's, kind of that igniter, a 6-man, someone that can create offense in a hurry for someone. The thing is, I'm not the biggest fan of his when it comes to that because he's not efficient. I want someone that's already almost 30 years old to be an efficient basketball player. I do like, though, the contract that he's under. It's not a lot of money. This next year, he'd make $13.3 million. Then he has a player option for 2023 and 2024 of $14.2 million. Then he'd be a free agent in 2024 where he's just 32 years old. So you wouldn't have to give up too many assets or, he wouldn't command a lot of money for the Knicks. But at the end of the day, I'm passing on trading for Jordan Clarkson. I don't like how inefficient of a player he is. He's already almost 30, and we're looking to make trades for people on the Knicks that are going to come in and be starters. We need a starting point guard. If you're going to make a trade, it's got to be a first starter. We have enough young guys on this team that can come off the bench and contribute. You already have Emmanuel Quickley. You have Quentin Grimes. You have Cam Reddish. Do you really want to be wasting their minutes on Jordan Clarkson? For that, I'd type P for pass. I'm not in the camp or boat or whatever expression you want to use for trading for Clarkson. Is he a good player? Yes. Can he score? Yes. But do the Knicks need him? Do they need to give up assets to go get Jordan Clarkson? I say no. I would go down in the comments and type my P for pass. I wouldn't want to trade for him. But if you like to see Clarkson play for the Knicks, that's fine. You're not wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. Just let me know by typing T for trade in the comments section. And look, if they make a trade for Clarkson or one of the other 2 guys that we're going to name in a minute, or they trade Julius Randle, we'll be breaking it down on this channel as soon as possible. YouTube.com/KnicksTV. We're at 5.7 thousand subscribers. We're just over 200 subscribers away from getting to 6K. So help us out. It's a big benchmark here at Chat Sports to get to 6K because that means we get to do more videos. And I want to talk more New York Knicks. And I know you guys want more New York Knicks content during the offseason because we're your one-stop shop for that. Hit that big red button, join the family, and let's go Knicks. What about Malcolm Brogdon? We've talked about him a couple times on this show. The Indiana Pacers, I think they're going to trade him this offseason. This is someone that looks like he's spent the end of his time with the Indiana Pacers, and because he hasn't played that much in the last 2 seasons. This is someone that played in just 56 games in the prior year, and this year he played in just 36 games due to another injury. But when he plays, he's an efficient player, and he's going to turn 30 this year, so he doesn't have too much time left. But if you can give me 20 points per game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and shoot 45% from the floor and somewhere between 38 to 35% from 3, I'd be cool with trading for Malcolm Brogdon. The thing I like about him the best is I think he plays a winning brand and style of basketball. He likes to get others involved. He can knock down open jump shots. He's a good defender. I've always been a fan of Malcolm Brogdon, especially when he was on the Milwaukee Bucks and coming into the NBA out of Virginia. I like him a lot, and I've always kind of been a fan of him playing for the New York Knicks. Marc Stein, he talked about Malcolm Brogdon and the trade rumors that have been surrounding him, and he said this: sources say that the Pacers have also left numerous rival teams with the impression that they will be trying to move Malcolm Brogdon this offseason when Brogdon is finally eligible again to be dealt. The Pacers have been waiting to trade Malcolm Brogdon because they gave him an extension, and once you give someone an extension, you got to wait a certain amount of time to trade him. Now the extension's done. He's only got 1 year left on his contract for about $22.6 million. The Knicks, they have the players to match that, and the Pacers, they want to trade Brogdon to get some cap relief, but at the end of the day, you're not really going to be able to trade someone that's worth and making $22.6 million for nothing. So what about Alec Burks, who's on a 2-year deal worth about $20 million left? Same with Nerlens Noel. But that second year in both of their contracts are team options. So if you don't want him on the team after one season, you decline the team options and you get the cap space for Brogdon. But I'm also going to give you a 2022 second-round pick. This trade worked in the NBA trade machine. I honestly don't even know if the Pacers would do this. They'd probably want one of the younger players that has a little bit more potential on the Knicks roster, but I'll leave it up to you. If you were the GM of Leon Rose, or you were working for the Indiana Pacers, or maybe you were just viewing it from an NBA fan's perspective, who do you think would be the winner of this trade? Would it be the Knicks because they get Malcolm Brogdon, the best player in the deal? Or would it be the Pacers because you get two players in Burks and Noel, and you also get a second-round pick this year? I want to hear from all of you in the comment section. Let me know, who do you think would win this deal? Type NYK for the New York Knicks or the IND for the Indiana Pacers. If you want to be a winner, get hooked up with our proud sportsbook partners, BetUS, the #1 sportsbook partner on the internet, and I promise you, you're not going to find a better deposit bonus. They're willing to give you 125% when you get hooked up and started with them. So go to chatsports.com/bet and use the promo code chat125. Deposit 100 bones, they'll match it. You'll have 225 big ones in your account to bet with. The NBA playoffs, they're rolling on. Do you think the Dallas Mavericks are going to win this series? Do you think maybe the Milwaukee Bucks are going to go back-to-back, or do you see the Suns getting back to the finals? You can bet on everything in the playoffs over at BetUS, our proud sportsbook partner of today's show. Just go to chatsports.com/bet and make sure you use the promo code chat125. Last player on today's video that we're going to talk about that's having trade rumors starting to circulate them, and that's D'Angelo Russell. I like Russell as a player. I like the fact that he's a scoring guard and he can get hot. And he's been an all-star in the NBA. And I thought he played well for the Minnesota Timberwolves this past year. Not the most efficient player. We know that. He's never shot above 45% in any of his seasons in his NBA career. But he shot 34% from downtown, 41.1% from the field, 7 assists per night, and 18 points per game. If you can come to New York and give me 20 and 7 on 42% from the field and 35% from three, I'm cool with that. The Knicks, they need to get a point guard that can conduct the offense, get open looks for R.J. Barrett, get Obi Toppin involved. If you bring back Mitchell Robinson, I'd like to see a pick-and-roll alley-oop threat for Robinson. That's where he would excel. And I think the Knicks would be smart to make a move for D'Angelo Russell. He's played in New York before. He's played under the big lights. And at the end of the day, he's just a bucket getter, and I like that about him. Marc Stein, he talked recently about the D'Angelo Russell trade rumors. This is what he had to say about him. He said Russell wound up on the bench at crunch time in the Timberwolves' season-ending Game 6 defeat at home to Memphis and averaged just 12 points per game on 33% shooting in his second career playoff series. Numerous rival teams expect the Wolves to try to trade Russell this offseason, irrespective of Russell's close relationship with Minnesota star Karl Anthony Towns. And look, it hasn't worked out in Minnesota. Towns and Russell, it didn't work out that well. They're still young players. They could still get better. But if they look to trade him, maybe they're looking to beef up their front court. And this trade, it works in the NBA trade machine. What about just a straight-up swap? Randle for Russell. Look, I think this is addition by subtraction. In my opinion, Julius Randle is probably a better player than D'Angelo Russell. But I'll tell you why in a second. I think the Knicks would be clear winners of this deal. But if you were sitting in the seat of Leon Rose, would you make this trade? Would you be cool with getting Julius Randle out of town and getting D'Angelo Russell into Big Apple to wear blue and orange? Let me know in the comment section. Type A for accept if you think this would be a good deal for the Knicks. Or if you wouldn't make this trade, you can go down and type D for decline. I'm typing A. I'm spamming A. Accept, accept, accept. I would do it in a heartbeat. And it's for this one reason alone. D'Angelo Russell has 1 year left on his deal at $31.3 million. That's a lot of money. No doubt about it. But Julius Randle, he still has 3 more years on his deal of about an average annual value of $30 million. So not only are you getting rid of Julius Randle, you're putting yourself and your franchise in a position to be very salary cap flexible in 2 years. You get off Randle's contract and you get a starting caliber point guard. One that's been an all-star, that's led his team to the playoffs. Yeah, he hasn't played that well in the playoffs before, but this is someone that could come here for a year, get young guys involved, be a spark to the fan base, and maybe reach his potential with the New York Knicks. He was the second overall pick in the NBA draft 6, 7, 8 years ago when he was selected. I like the potential of Russell, but the big win for me is you get off Randle. You don't have to play him anymore. He's not with the Knicks, and you get rid of his salary, his guaranteed salary for the next 3 years. But I want to know about you. I just named 3 guys, Russell, Jordan Clarkson, and Malcolm Brogdon. I want to hear a player from you, though. It can be one of those 3 guys, or it can be someone else. Let me know in the comment section a player you want the Knicks to trade for. I'm also going to be putting the link to my Twitter in the comments and description of this video. Show me some love. Give me a follow. I love it when I get follows from Knicks fans because I love to talk Knicks hoops on Twitter. We can do that all day. Hit me up. Send me a DM letting me know you came from this video, and I'll make sure to follow you back.